everybody, welcome back to Big History. I'm Rachel Hansen. And as we wrap up our study of Big History, it's time for us to turn our eyes toward the future. We've been looking back this whole year. I mean, this is history. We study the past. So today, we've got a special driving question. What were the most significant events in history? I'm talking about all of history. Everything that we've learned so far. What's been the most important? Now that's a lot of time to analyze. So let's just focus on the timeline of your life. If you had to identify the 3 most important events in your life, what would they be? I mean, that's a pretty small timeline. Maybe I would choose the day I went to kindergarten because I did not want to go to school. That was a knockdown, drag out fight in my family. But hey, I went. Kindergarten was a breakthrough. And then maybe graduating high school, because I left home, I moved a long ways from home, I went to university, and that was really life-changing. And maybe then my 3rd event could be starting teaching. My first teaching job, 7th grade, geography. But maybe my timeline should start earlier. Were there events that took place before I was born that shaped who I am? Maybe I'd want to go back to my great-great-grandparents who migrated from Germany and who ended up in western Iowa. I could go back that far. Where should I begin my story? And when historians do this, right, they take these big chunks of time and they try to figure out what's the most significant thing? What is the most important thing that we need to focus on to construct this narrative? And that's why our word of the day is significance. It really just means the quality of being worthy of attention. That something you have is worthy of our attention. It's important. In fact, in college, from my professors, I picked up on this term. They kept using it all the time, significance. That eventually, in my notes, I just wrote capital S-I-G and underlined it. Significance. Because this is what historians do. It's impossible to give a full, accurate account of the past. We just can't do it. We don't have the resources, we don't have the time, and history keeps getting longer, right? It just keeps going on. We've got more history now than when we started this lesson. And so we have to focus on what's significant and important. And today, that's exactly what you're going to do. Today, you're going to go to Khan Academy and do the activity Timeline Review. We've studied 13.8 billion years of history in this course. That's a lot. And so you can see it all represented in that timeline. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. And what I want you to do is pick out 4 events that you think are most significant. But they can't be thresholds. They can't be those big threshold moments. It needs to be something different. So go pick it out, your 4 events, and defend them. That's what historians do. I'll see you right back here when you're done. Welcome back. I'm really curious about what you picked out as those 4 big important events. I'm sure they're different than your friends and probably even than mine and other historians, and that's okay. That's what historians do. Now today, in your historian's journal, I want you to reflect on the question, what are the 3 most significant events in your life? And to do this, I would recommend that you first construct a timeline, kind of like the one that you just looked at for the course, Big History. And maybe this one will be much smaller. You could begin the day you were born, but you could even begin before that if you think there are other events that impacted the story of your life. So line up lots of different events. Maybe you'll have 20 or 30 events that are important or memorable, but then narrow it down to the top 3 and write about why you chose those 3. All right, y'all. It's a pleasure to be here with you in Big History as we look toward the future. So I can't wait to get our binoculars out and do some more looking tomorrow. All right, y'all. Be good. Take care. I'll catch you later.